We welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series here from the Iowa Speedway. It's the third race of the Xfinity Series season, and once again, we welcome you live. We're in for the Xfinity cars. So, getting back to the racetrack here. Cars on track to the 12 of Cole Wilson. And more cars as well. There's Brandon Redford's number 47. There's the 27 of Cole Clausen. He's filling in for Alex Ellis. There's Payson Lindsay. There's the 8 of Wilkin. There's Matthew White. So up the racetrack goes Matthew White in the 88 for ETR. He's filling in for Landon Johnson. There's Aiden Donahue's number 81. There's Bryce Benson. There's Ryan Earl heading down the back straightaway. But so far, Payson Lindsay leads the field here in early days of practice. As cars roll down the front straightaway here. There's Cole Wilson sitting on the pit road. So first short track of the season. As they head down the back straightaway.
Looks like we've got mixed reactions between how the car is handling so far in practice. We got some people saying it's tight, some seem to be getting loose out of the corners, some are getting up into the wall out of two on the backstretch.
So yeah, they're gonna head down the back straightaway here. Brandon Redford, 47 machine. There's the 4 of Downey. So far, Payson Lindsay, Aiden Donahue, Matthew White. Jared Downey and Cole Clausen will lead the top 5. So there's Brandon Redford, the Cup Series driver right now. P9 on the timing chart. There's the 4 of Downey. There's the 88 of Matthew White. Oh, Payson Lindsay with a big slide off the corner. Gonna save it down the front straightaway here. There's the 81 of Donahue, still sitting there. There's the 8 of Wilkin. 5 minutes to go here in the practice session. Ryan Arnold's going to slide around a little bit through the corner. Now it's the front straightaway. There's Ryan Arnold's number 5. He's sliding around. Going to hang on to that thing. There's Cole Wilson. Right now he's P11. There's a 23 of Williams up the racetrack just a little bit. He's P7. There's Brian Reyes. Payson Lindsay's there. There's the 27 car. Down pit road. Trenton Wilkin as well. So they all head down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4 goes Downey in the 4 car off the racetrack just a bit. And Downey in the fence a little bit. So he will come down the pit road in his number 4 car. There's Bryce Benton.
Another car up in the wall in turn 1. Going slow.
Find that.
I believe he's gotten that cleared up, but he was there when Redford passed him.
Or on the wall.
So they had an obstacle to start another one.
Yeah, so once again, first short track of the season. So minutes left here in practice. There's Cole Wilson's number 12. Test machine running the inverted color scheme this week.
Oh, Redford spins and hits the back inside
Redford.
wall.
Let's take a look what happened. So Brandon Redford goes for a slide. Up the racetrack he goes.
It's just one of those issues where a car gets loose and just kind of takes over.
Hard into the wall for Brandon Redford. So qualifying is coming up. Who will sit on the pole tonight? Aiden Donahue goes top of the board. He just won at Fontana 2 weeks ago. Last race we had here for the Xfinity Series. There's Cole Clausen filling in for Alex Ellis. Through 3 and 4 he goes. Up to the outside. Going to see probably a bunch of different lines being run here at Iowa. Clausen slides around a little bit. So it looks like he's going to keep that thing going in the right direction. Matthew White running third. Not having a bad run at all for him. He's up the racetrack. There is the 99 of Payson Lindsay back on track. He was top of the board. Now he's P5. There's the 23 of Williams. So Williams comes down to pit road. And Payson Lindsay with 2 minutes left here in practice heads in the back front straightaway. Matthew White goes top of the board. Good run for him.
Yeah,
So
2 cars spinning on the backstretch. Redford spins again for the second time, getting out of 2.
So we'll take a look at what happened. Kind of missed that for Brandon Redford.
Payson Lindsay loose into 3.
So looking at the replay here, there's Redford through 1 and 4 down. Ooh, just gets loose by himself. Oh, and Andy Donahue got loose as well. So it's 2 different spins in 1 for both those race cars. And they'll head back onto the racetrack. See Donahue in the bottom a little bit slow, but Brandon Redford back up to speed. Matthew White leading practice, about a minute and 20 left. There's Trenton Wilkin. Ooh, Wilson up the track a bit. Poor Wilson, he's kind of, I think, on a longer run. Oh, there's Payson Lindsay hard on the wall. On the front straightaway, I believe. Let's take a look what happens. Takes a nice back straightaway, actually. Takes a hard hit. Was getting loose all the way down the back straightaway, and huge hit into the wall.
Tries to save it a few times there, but it's just too loose. Oh, we got another wreck on the front straightaway. Matthew White goes around in front of everyone.
Matthew White, 26 seconds left here. Let's take a look real quick what happened.
We got another wreck out of 2. Ryan Arnold goes around in the number 5 car. Oh, nearly goes down in front of White.
All right.
Got a bunch of wrecks going on here.
Got a lot of drivers on tires here. So it's 115 laps tonight. There's Brandon Redford's number 47. Trenton Wilkin goes top of the board, and that'll do it in practice. Time to go qualifying here in Iowa. Who will start on pole? Ooh, Redford gonna hit that wall pretty hard. But it's time to go qualifying here in the Iowa Speedway. To see who will be your pole sitter for the first short track of the season. There's Matthew White's number 88. There's Trenton Wilkin. Usually Matthew White's teammate, but White is driving for ETR this week, filling in for Landon Johnson. We'll head down the back straightaway. There's Brandon Redford. County in the number 4 machine. There's Carlos Ortiz. The 3 and 4 is going to go in number 14, making his second Xfinity Series. Oh, he's going to get sideways, and around goes Ortiz with a slide. Gonna head down the front straightaway.
Austin also goes around out of 4, but keeps it a little bit together. He's continuing on with his lap.
So no cars around to get Ortiz. Clausen, a bunch of damage on his quarter panel. Gonna head down the back straightaway. Probably, I'm not sure if that was coming to green or not. Yeah, probably kind of messed. Labo's gonna go hard on the wall. So I don't know what happened there. He just went head on to the wall through 3 and 4. Here's Brian Ray's number 21 machine. Matthew White goes top of the board. Downey second, Wilkin third. Ooh, there's Ray's gonna slide. So drivers are gonna have to be careful of that all race long. Redford will slot in P7. There's Downey up the racetrack. Nearly gets the wall sliding that thing around. So there's Ryan Arnold. Oh, we got a car upside down, and that's Payson Lindsay in the 99. I don't know how you flip that thing. We'll take a look if we can at the replay after this qualifying session. There's Trenton Wilkin running slow 3 and 4. There's Race at the racetrack. So far, Matthew White still leads, and Wilkin is P2. Wilson third. I think Wilkin and White are done with their runs. Race, here he comes at the line. Where will he go? So far, Matthew White is topping the board. He got to win Daytona for the Xfinity Series in an amazing photo finish. Brian Ray's down the back straightaway. You have to put a lap time down. Here he comes through 3 and 4 in his number 21 car. At a turn number 4 he goes. Brian Ray's on his first lap, I believe, will qualify P6. And he's going to back it down. Here's Matthew White coming out of pit road. So far, your pole sitter, Ryan Arnold on the racetrack. Gets to make another lap. Only car still on the lap P9. Gonna try to beat Matthew White. Running the outside lane. A little bit of a different line than we've for a lot of these other drivers, but up the track he goes, and he's spot in. Will not improve, I don't think. And that'll do it. Matthew White will sit on the pole here in Iowa. And it's time to go racing from the Iowa Speedway. So 11 cars crossed the line. We got more than that in this session. Just some of them decided not to quali. Matthew White will be on pole here for the Xfinity Series in Iowa. There's actually Logan Gisbrett. He has to come onto the racetrack. See if he has enough time to make a lap. I don't think so. Qualifying was only 5 minutes. And the number 80 machine gonna head down the back straightaway.
He's got about 1:15 left to qualify. Let's see if he can get any laps going, see if he can get a handle on this car, because some drivers have had difficulty with that part.
And no practice for the 80 machine of Logan Gisbrett. He's going to head down the back straightaway on his opening lap. Through 3 and 4 he goes. He's going to have enough time to make it over the line to put a quali lap down. So Matthew White not locked into the pole just yet. Here comes Logan Gisbrett on his first lap. Looks to be a pretty tidy one. He's going to come down the front straightaway. Where will he go on the board? He's going to go P12. A little bit slower there up the racetrack. Seems to be sliding around a bit. Down the back stretch he's going to head. Has a bit of a slide heading down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4. Runs towards the bottom of the racetrack. Through the front straightaway he goes. Going to nearly go for a slide, but here he comes at the line. Logan Gisbrett, will he improve? He's going to improve, but only stay P12. And that will just about do it. Matthew White officially is your pole sitter. Don't think anyone else has enough time to make a lap time, and Matthew White will be starting on pole. Trenton Wilkin, his usual teammate, but not teammate for this race, starting to his outside. Qualifying has officially wrapped up here in Iowa. It's time to go racing. So here we go. From the Iowa Speedway, we welcome you in live for the NASCAR Racing FedEx Xfinity Series, their third race of the season. Had the week off in Las Vegas, where the Cup Series just took on that racetrack. And they're now back in Iowa, where we'll meet the Cup Series tomorrow night. 115 laps are going to be run tonight here in the Xfinity Series. So Matthew White, your pole sitter. Trenton Wilkin will be starting second. Cole Wilson third. See Gerald Downey inside the top 5. Bryce Benton has that 5th position. Brian Ray going to be starting P6. Andrew Williams P7. Ryan Arnold P8. Payson Lindsay P9, and Brandon Redford rounds out your top 10. So we're just about ready to go for the Xfinity Series at Iowa. 14 drivers going to take on this nearly 1 mile track. See Matthew White loading in now in the 88 machine for Ethan Trendler Racing, Hellman's car for him. As here we go from the Iowa Speedway. Ready to kick off this week of racing. 3 days packed of racing. Xfinity and Cup for Iowa. Their points races are going to be today and tomorrow, and then you got Friday Night Live lobbies on Friday night, starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So here we go. Just about ready to have lights out, and we're going to get this one underway.
Like you said last week, we had Las Vegas for our Cup drivers that are here this race. I bet that's throwing them off. Las Vegas was more of a keep it wide open track, and now we have a mixture of loose and tight getting in and out of corners here.
Yeah, definitely very different racetrack to a completely different Iowa Speedway to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Iowa is a short track, and then Las Vegas is 1.5-mile intermediate. So Matthew White, Trenton Wilkin will be starting on the front row here, 2 Chevrolets. Led by a Chevrolet in row 2 with them 4 to his outside. See Donahue, he didn't qualify last week either. He started, I think, 14th that week too. Doing the same, he won last week, 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, at Fontana. So we're gonna hit 1 to go until we get onto this green flag. We'll be coming green in elapsed time. Matthew White looking to pick up his second Xfinity Series win of the season. It would be with 2 different race teams, 2 different manufacturers, and 2 different numbers who can do it. He won on Daytona in a thrilling photo finish. Chevrolet still looking for their first win of the season in the Xfinity Series. They've dominated the Cup Series so far. But here we go. Ready to get this race underway from Iowa. It's the first sanctioned FedEx race in Iowa. And the Xfinity Series cars head through 3 and 4, ready to come to green. Part-time driver and Cup Series champion Matthew White on the inside. Trenton Wilkin, full-time Xfinity drivers, had a rough season so far. Starting on the outside lane, looking to turn this one around. Pace cars in, and the Xfinity Series from Iowa is underway. Oh, the checkup behind him. You see Williams nearly gets around. He's going to hang on to that race car. Nearly 4 wide behind him, but we're racing in Iowa.
Oh, they're hitting each other's doors behind them. They're keeping it going, though. They were 4 wide for a brief moment.
Cole Wilson in the second to the rear bumper of Matthew White. White slides up the racetrack just a bit. Here comes Wilson to the inside for the lead on the opening lap. Side by side they go. Cole Wilson takes the lead. 3 wide nearly behind him. You can see they race Cole Wilson up the racetrack. 3 by 3, Trenton Wilkin in the middle. Bryce Benton, you see the 88 of Matthew White really falling back here. Bryce Benton will grab second. It's the Team Chevy Motor Club 1 and 2. Completely resembles the starting positions from Fontana 2 weeks ago. You see Benton up the racetrack. But Cole Wilson going to begin to pull away in that number 12. There's Wilkin, raised to his inside. Side by side they go down here. Downey looking to make it 3 wide. We've got Ryan Arnold there as well. Ooh, Arnold slaps the wall. Brandon Redford back here as well. And they all race down in the 3 and 4.
We've got 4 Chevrolets leading the field, and we got the 2 Fords, Redford including one of them, both trying to get around these Chevys so that they can try and get somewhere in this pack.
Ryan Ray's going to get split up the racetrack, nearly 3 wide. He's going to try to pull a run. Yes, he will, off the outside lane. Here comes the Ford of Downey. Ray's ripping the outside. We're going to get the first Chevrolet win of the season for the Xfinity Series, as Benton and Wilson are going to begin the battle here. 2 teammates. Downey racing for 3rd. Looking to the inside. Nearly 3 wide behind him. Side by side they go for the 3rd position. Here comes Downey to the inside of his teammate Brian Rays. 2 teammates lead the field. Team Chevy Motor Club and ETR. 3 wide behind him though. Oh, got a car spinning!
Oh.
Wilkins gonna save it. Payson Lindsay makes contact with him. They both hang on, and we will keep it green. Wow. Impressive save from both those drivers. We'll keep this thing going. There's Matthew White falling back to all the way down to P10. Here comes Donahue starting to make his way up through this field to the inside of Carlos Ortiz. Looking to send it up the inside of Andrew Williams as well. So that could have been really bad for Trenton Wilkin, who's already had a pretty terrible season. And there is Arnold. Now on the 7th lap of the racetrack, up the track, nearly to the wall, gets loose there down the back straightaway. Brandon Redford gonna try to get into this battle as well. And Cole Wilson starting to pull away with his lead. You see Arnold back up the track. Redford gonna get 2 for 1, I believe. He's gonna go for P5 now. Here comes Williams to the inside. Nearly door slams him down up there. So early running here in Iowa. racing has been pretty good so far. Got a side-by-side battle for the 5th position. Redford still holding his ground up in the outside lane. You got Williams down at the inside. Really making it work as well. Williams will send it on Brandon Redford, take that 5th position away. Mostly single file now. There's Brian Reyes. 4th Downey. 9 of Bryce Benton, and leading is Cole Wilson. Started on pole in Fontana, as we mentioned earlier. Now leading here early with his teammate in his rear bumper. Williams now catching up.
Looks like there are going to be some issues with this car getting tight out of the corners, as there have been multiple hits on the wall on the back stretch and the front stretch, just light taps hitting the wall. So it looks like these cars are going to be tight.
Yeah, drivers are going to have to be careful here in the early laps of this one. Do not want to pair your race car up this early. See Williams starting to chase down Brian Reyes, another ETR car. ETR right now is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Looking to get the top 2 positions away. Your pole sitter, Matthew White, is also an ETR car. He's right now down in P10. Not a great start for Matthew White. But here comes Williams, looking inside of Brian Reyes. Reyes up the racetrack. Big time there. Going to have to step out of the gas. That'll allow Williams to clear him. Andrew Williams, in his first career start, will take 4th away. There's Brian Reyes back to P5. How about Carlos Ortiz now running inside the top 6? Aiden Donahue has made up positions, now running 7th. So Donahue is on the move. In that number 81 car, you got Matthew White starting to make up some positions in this big battle. About 5, 6, 7 cars. White leading that battle. Arnold slits up the racetrack. Brandon Redford is really falling back as well here in the early runnings. See Redford and Arnold side by side for that position. 3 wide behind him. Wilkin to the inside of Lindsay, who's also to the inside of Clausen. Clausen up the racetrack and lose multiple positions there. Back to 13th, nearly 14th as Gisbert looking to get to the inside. Wilkin on the door, the 27 of Clausen. Saw Trenton Wilkin start in the front row before you see Brandon Redford being split up the outside lane. Payson Lindsay nearly makes contact with that 47. Everyone hangs on. And now Wilkin slides up the racetrack. Oh, cars in the wall, back straightaway. Redford slaps it, so does the 99 at Payson Lindsay. This battle still continues. Battle for...
I believe this rear battle here is going to be filled with a bunch of the cars that are having issues being tight and hitting that wall there, making it a little bit slower on them straightaways.
Yeah, Payson Lindsay will clear Brandon Redford for that 11th position. He's going to slot into P11. There's Gisbert. Started far back. They nearly go 3 wide there. There's the 27 being split up the racetrack. Redford will fall back to 14th place here. So not having a good run early. There's Ryan Arnold. Just inside the top 10 with Trenton Wilkin P10 on his inside. There's the 88 of Matthew White running 8th. Trying to gain more positions. And there is Brian Reyes starting to fall back. Donahue getting to his rear bumper. So we got battles throughout the entire field. Early running in this race. Here comes Donahue. Will not get side by side with Reyes just yet. Williams running solidly in there. There's Downey to the inside of Bryce Benton. That's for the 2nd position. And both these cars are catching your leader, Cole Wilson. Benton back to the inside. Downey has had a pretty decent season so far. Now he's going to be split up the racetrack. 2 pink and blue cars racing with each other here. They both go through 3 and 4 with Cole Wilson out front. Here are 21 laps complete here in Iowa. Cole Wilson leads, but Downey looking to chase him down. We haven't really seen Downey lead too many races so far this season, but is looking to come and do it. Benton slops down once again to 3rd. now has pressure from Williams nearly. ETR is coming on the Team Chevy Motor Club cars. So they gotta watch out. Downey closes the gap up to about 2.5 tenths. As they head through 3 and 4. Battle for lead here early in Iowa. Riding along with the 12 of Wilson. There's the 4 of Downey to the inside. Gerald Downey sends it in nearly to the quarterfinal. Wilson will pull away.
The 27 nearly spins going into 3, but he saves it.
Yeah, there's
Nearly
Cole Flosson.
had our first caution of the night, I believe, there, but he was able to save it before that even happened.
Flosson will fall back to P8. See Brennan Redford really far behind. Now there is battle for lead once again. Here comes Downey to the inside of the 12 of Wilson, side by side down the front straightaway. Downey looking to grab this lead. Wilson, the outside seems to be working for him pretty well, but may start to lose some speed. Side by side they go. Wilson pulls back away. Ooh, battle for second as well. Benton trying to hold off Williams. Downey gets nearly to the quarter panel of the 12 of Wilson. Will try to side draft down this front straightaway. Side by side for the lead. Wilson pulls a good amount off the corner down the back straightaway, and he will pull back away for the lead. Downey not giving up. He's going to gas it back up. Trying to get all over the roof over that 12 of Wilson. They head down the front straightaway. Through 1 and 2 once again.
Some drivers are starting to complain about being tight or being loose, tire wear. We're 26 laps in with 5 sets of tires. We might start to see some of them think about making green flag stops.
Yeah, so lap 57 once again is your halfway break, so we still got a bunch of ways to go until we hit that. Battle for the lead still heating up. The tire wear and all that factor here. Racetrack is pretty worn out, looks to be. Pretty sure tires wear pretty quickly at Iowa. Still side by side for the lead. Wilson up the outside. Nearly lets Downey go. And they nearly make contact off the corner down the front stretch. Oh, contact is made. Both of them hang on. Downey slides, though. Up the racetrack goes Wilson. And Downey will grab the lead. New leader in Iowa, it is Gerald Downey. Wilson sends it back in. Downey, we really haven't seen him run the outside lane here, so let's see what happens down here side by side for this lead. He will pull back away from Cole Wilson. And he's a clear. New leader in Iowa once again, and is Downey. Wilson not giving up here. He's going to have his teammate on his rear bumper. If Williams doesn't get there, you got a bunch more cars. Brian Reyes, Aiden Donahue all catching them. Side by side for that third position. Benson up the outside. Williams to the inside lane. Two Chevrolets battle. But we got a Ford out front. Andrew Williams.
Pole sitter Matthew White is starting to get to the back of this main pack, only sitting 2.5 seconds behind at the very back of this front pack.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of those cars that were in the back before it's starting to catch up to this lead pack as Benton slides at the racetrack. Andrew Williams will officially take third. Now they're going to get second away. Battle back here, about 3 cars. Brian Reyes up the racetrack. Aiden Donahue to the inside of Bryce Benton. Side drafting down the back straightaway. Donahue will send it in. So Benton's starting to fall back through the field with 32 laps complete here in Iowa. Reyes to the quarter panel, the 9. Donahue will grab 4th. Here comes Brian Reyes, looking to grab P5. As just an update on second, Andrew Williams has grabbed that position as they make contact for P5. As I was saying, Andrew Williams has grabbed that position from Cole Wilson. So now Wilson falls to third, Andrew Williams the P3 or P2. Yeah, Team Chevy Motor Club starting to fall back through the field here. Not what they needed to see. Still side by side for this fifth spot. No one looking to give it up here. Ooh, Ray's going to nearly clear Bryce. Yes, he will. Benton has to step out of the gas for a second there. Gives Race just enough momentum to clear him. Battle on for this third spot, I believe. Donahue has now grabbed it. So that completely changes your top three. Cole Wilson now back to fourth from the lead. About 10-15 laps ago. But Gerald Downey with about 7/10 lead over his teammate Williams. You got Donahue in P3 now. Started P14, really gaining these positions up quickly. He just won at Auto Club last week. He's going to send his Toyota Supra up the racetrack. Looking to chase down P2 and Andrew Williams. But Downey leading his first career laps here in Iowa. Once again, it's been an okay season for him. He had a good run in Daytona and a decent run in Fontana. But now, leading here in Iowa. Williams is one of those part-time drivers. You can see the fourth place battle heating up as well. There is Rays and Wilson side by side once again. Ooh, they're leaning on each other up the racetrack. Both of them go. Ray's going to look to send it on his Chevrolet teammate here. Side by side. Ray's looking to gas that thing up on the bottom. Looks like he's going to clear Cole Wilson. Now Wilson back to P5. Trying to do something on the outside, but won't be able to do anything. So Cole Wilson now falling back to the field to see Bryce Benson now to P6. So both of those Team Chevy Motor Club cars really falling back. It's been caution-free so far here in Iowa with 38 laps on the board. Gerald Downey leads the field. Here comes Donahue to the inside of Williams. That's for the second spot. Donahue will fall to third. Williams trying to hang on. He's got Donahue to his quarter panel. As we've seen so far, it's pretty tough and takes a long time to make a pass here in Iowa since there is a lot of different lanes that can run very well here. See the outside lane coming to the run with Donahue. He's got a big run on Williams. Will take it to the inside. Side by side for second. Ooh, both of them slide off the racetrack. And through 3 and 4. Donahue wraps that bottom lane. One now takes second away, and he's officially clear of Williams. But Williams looking to gas it back up to the inside. Just an update on Brandon Redford and Carlos Ortiz. They've both come down to pit road, so maybe some green flag pit stop starting. Donahue gets loose, gets sent up the racetrack by Andrew Williams. That could have been big for Donahue. Your only full-time driver to win so far. Williams at the track. Here comes Donahue back to his inside. Great battle for second. So drivers have, I think, about 15, 16, 17 laps until the halfway break. There's Donahue back loose up the corner. So they got some time, but some of them may just want to stick it out here. Still side by side for the second position. There's Ortiz coming back on track. He's going to have fresh tires here. He'll try to unlap himself. Again, we've been caution-free all race long. Ortiz going to be 2 laps down here. Here comes Donahue to the inside of Williams. Williams up the racetrack just a bit, but Donahue will send it back in on the bottom. Nearly making contact. This battle for second keeps the rage on. And here comes Ortiz on fresh tires. Will split the 2 leaders 3 wide. Donahue will fall back. That allows Williams to wrap the outside lane. You see what fresh tires do for you here 45 laps into this race. Downey with the lead, even if these two race side by side, really not pulling away. Aiden Donahue all the way to the quarter panel of Williams down this front straightaway. Putting a lot of pressure on his bumper. Ortiz has unlapped himself. He's now back 1 lap down. Redford's still sitting on pit road, so not really quite sure what's happening to him. Side by side still for that second spot. This battle has been raging on for over 10 laps, I feel like. Williams will grab that spot once again. But Donahue back to the inside. The outside lane just prevails.
Was having some issues with steering into the corner. His car was getting tight on entry and exit. I believe they have decided to go ahead and just park the car because of some suspension issues.
So Brandon Redford, an early retirement here in Iowa, only 48 laps in, will be your first car out. Side by side still for second.
Ortiz so far only the only one that has done a green flag pit stop. I believe everyone else doesn't want to take the chance of going a lap down, but he might be able to completely unlap himself before we get to the stage break.
Got about 9 laps to do it. Battle for second still rages on side by side. It's been fun to watch. And Donahue will now clear Williams. So now to second goes Aiden Donahue. He will try to catch down Gerald Downey in the 4. Downey really looks to be struggling here. So Williams not going away here. He's still trying to get to the rear member of the 81 car. Definitely does not want to go away. But Donahue starting to eat on that lead of Gerald Downey. Once again, these tires are 50 laps old here, so cars got to be sliding around at this point. Unless you're Carlos Ortiz, who came down to pit road. They got to be careful not to spin these things out. They are going to be loose. So Williams losing a bit of time down this back straightaway. Donahue's starting to pull back away and pulling for the lead. Got about half a second to gain. Downey's going to have to try to hang on for the stage win. He's got a bit of time to do it.
Judging by the lap timer, all these drivers that are on the 50-year-old or the 50-lap-old tires, I don't know why I said year there, but their lap time has dropped by over a second from when this race started.
Yeah, so this track is just eating these tires up. And with no caution flags, it has definitely played a big effect in how these cars are driving. There's Donahue, starting to gain for the lead. Once again, lap 57 is the halfway break. He's got a bit of time to do it. But you saw how all that run, how hard it was to make passes there, as everyone just runs a different line. We'll see if Donahue can change that. And the lap 57 is your halfway break. Oh, Downey loose off the corner. Down the back stretch he goes, gonna lap Arnold there. Not a great look for Ortiz there. So Ortiz now has to try to unlap himself. He's got barely any time to do it with those tires aging. I don't think he'll be able to do it. Now Arnold is in your free pass position. He didn't even pit there, so very interesting situation there. There is Downey losing some time down the back straightaway here. Coming back to 2 to go to the stage. Donahue has 2 more laps to do it until the halfway break here in Iowa. It's been a caution-free race so far. Downey trying to hang on. Donahue has cut that gap to about 0.3 of a second. and he'll try to get the stage win. Inside goes Donahue, closest he's been, with 1 to go in the stage. Here they come, through 1 and 2. Oh, Downey losing a lot of time down this back straightaway. Donahue to his rear bumper. Through 3 and 4 they go. Final time in the stage. Can Downey rip the outside lane? Donahue sends it in. Here they come, side by side. At the line, it'll be Downey. He will get the stage win. With a photo finish at the line for the stage. Downey will pick up the stage win. Donahue goes second. Williams third. Praise fourth. Wilkin fifth. White sixth. Wilson seventh. Goose Brett is in P8. Clausen P9. And Bryce Benton wraps up your top 10. So what a battle for your stage win. Gerald Downey picks up his first career stage win here.
The timing between first and second for the stage one was 0.041 seconds, so they were pretty close between switching who was first and who was second.
Yeah, so one more lap there, and I think Donahue could have probably gotten that position away and taken home the stage win. So the playoff point and 10 solid stage wins for Gerald Downey here. That'll carry with him for the rest of the season. Under the caution flag for the first time tonight. So obviously everyone will come down to pit road. It'll be interesting to see if Ortiz elects to stay out. I don't think he will, but he's a lap down and won't get the free pass here because Arnold will. So here they come to pit. Halfway through this race, halfway to go. Cars roll down to pit road speed. Ortiz will stay out here, but he's a lap down, so I'm not sure how that's going to all work out. He could possibly take the wave around here. But here they come to pit. Matthew White will have that number 1 pit stall. Oh, it fell back to, I think, 7th or 8th. Downey has the number 4 pit stall for the number 4 car. We're going to be watching the 81 of Donahue, who's all the way back there. Here he comes. The 4 car will not beat him out. He's going to lose 2 positions off pit road. Aiden Donahue takes the lead. Andrew Williams will now be P2. And Downey will fall all the way back to 3rd. And how about a stop for Matthew White's team? Gives him up into P4. Ray's P5. Here's Cole Wilson. P6 now. ETR runs 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Here under the caution flag in Iowa, first time tonight, which is the stage. Aiden Donahue looking to go back-to-back here. In Iowa, takes the lead for the first time tonight on pit road. What a great stop for him. And not a great stop for Downey. Loses 2 positions, including the lead. But luckily, he got the stage win there and got his playoff points and stage points. So 60 laps complete here, working lap 61 here in Iowa. It's been an incident-free race so far. Only caution has been for the stage. Which was a photo finish between Donahue and Downey. So Donahue started 14th now, up inside the top 5 in that final run, and now going to take the lead. He nearly even beat Downey for the stage win, but yeah, not a great stop for Downey at all. So Carlos Ortiz is going to be scored right now a lap down. Arnold is being sitting on pit road there. He is going to come off. Has not had a great run so far tonight. There's Carlos Ortiz. Don't think he'll get the free pass either. So it's been a very, very clean race so far, but anything can happen in this second half. You never know. So running under the yellow flag for the first time in tonight's race. So it's been a pretty fun race so far between all these battles throughout the field, and that obviously that stage win battle, side-by-side photo finish at the line. Very fun to watch. but should be coming back to the restart pretty soon. Arnold will get in the lead lap somehow. I really don't know how he did that. He stayed out and then pitted, but not sure how he got that lap back, or he got the free... Actually, yeah, he was on the free pass position. That's probably how. But lining up with 1 to go till we restart. Donahue, for the first time tonight, is on the front row with Williams. Even under that very long green flag run for the first half of this race, it was so fun to watch all the comers and goers and everything throughout this entire race. But we still got half to go, and we're ready to get this underway. Aiden Donahue, Andrew Williams on the front row. Downey and White, 2 very fast race cars, row 2. Your pole sitter and your stage winner. Here we go, coming back to green. It'll be lap number 64 when they take the green flag. Donahue, Williams on the front row. Up through the gears they go. What a great start for Donahue. He's gone. Downey now to the inside for P2 will grab that. Not the speed as the 23 Williams. Oh, but Downey up the racetrack. Here comes Matthew White, side by side. Cole Wilson in this battle as well. Matthew White gonna grab second, but Wilson slides. As here they come down the front straightaway. Downey looking back inside of Matthew White. He'll grab that spot. Now to second. Matthew White really hasn't had the greatest of runs. But Downey now to P2, gonna try to chase down your leader, Aiden Donahue. But Donahue looks to have a very fast car, just like last week. Downey closes up the gap. About a quarter of a second as they head through 3 and 4. I'm definitely wondering if we're going to have another green flag run to end this race. Another half of the race they have to do under green with these old tires. Or if we'll see a lot more caution flags in the second half of this race. Usually, it goes to the second half of the race being a lot of caution flags. Donahue out front.
Them make it 50 laps on old tires, so I mean, we'll just have to see how long they're willing to go in the second half of the race, if they're going to try and get some green flag stops, try and prepare for the end, or if they're just going to go until there's a caution.
Yeah, so once again, no more guaranteed cautions here. That halfway break's the only one we have. Both these 2 front runners looking to take it easy on their tires. You definitely want to save tires here early in the runs. Matthew White grabs 3rd. He's in that 3rd position. There's Williams falling back to 4th. Wilson to his rear bumper. Battle back here as well. Here comes Wilkin. To the rear bumper, Rays. Lindsay up the racetrack. Side by side. Rays will clear Lindsay just a bit. Just in front of him. Battle for the lead really heating up though. Downey trying to get to the rear bumper of Donahue. Aiden Donahue looking to go back to back here after winning in Fontana last week. He's now out front to start the second half of this race. But he's got a lot of pressure from your stage winner, Gerald Downey, having a career night all over his rear bumper. Downey will gas it up to the outside. It looks like they're kind of using a very similar line here. They both enter kind of middle, then go back to the bottom of the racetrack. So very similar lines. So probably putting a lot of dirty air on the nose of that Downey machine. We'll see if he tries a different line. He's going to also need a different line to make a pass. But it looks like as that run went on, Donahue was really going on old tires. Looked to be the fastest car. Donahue possibly saving. Probably some other cars are saving. But it looks like Downey's kind of sending it through the corner. So not so sure he's actually saving these tires. That could hurt him late in this run. Downey up the racetrack. Here he comes. Trying to get to the rear bumper of Donahue. Battle back there for fourth. Williams is retaking that fourth position from Cole Wilson. See more cars sliding back through the pack. Logan Gisbrad has been kind of quiet. He's right now running P11. Bryce Benton back to P12. But it's really this battle for the lead. Donahue had a good couple of corners there. He was kind of able to pull away from Gerald Downey. Downey trying to do anything he can. The laps are definitely going to start to clip off quick. Aiden Donahue starting to pull a little bit bigger of a gap. I really think what Downey should be doing right now is probably trying to save those tires. You don't want to heat them up too much and wear them out on the early portions of this run. But he also doesn't want to let Donahue get too far out front, and then he's just gone when it comes time to go. So a Legacy Sim Club car has 3 Ethan Trendler racing cars behind him, with a Team Chevy Motor Club car and an Ethan Trendler racing car in P6. PLR car P7. There's Carlos Ortiz, another Team Chevy Motor Club car running 8th. Peyton Lindsay, Daniel Suarez Motorsports, and Cole Clausen for Team Chevy Motor Club. There's Ryan Arnold through the field we go. In his number 5 machine, there's Logan Gisbrett. Lindsay's teammate has now pressure from the 9 of Benton. Looking to grab that 11th position away. Gerald Downey back to the rear bumper of the 81 of Donahue, but I think he really needs to try to start using a different line here. Don't think he's going to really gain anything in the dirty air of that 81 car. They're basically running like identical lines, so unless they start moving each other, I don't really think that's going to work out too well. And it's a little bit early to start moving each other. Come back to lap 80 of 115. Matthew White not going away either. He's 6/10 behind your race leader. Your pole sitter, Matthew White, starting to gain this time. So your 2 winners this season are Aiden Donahue and Matthew White, 1st and 3rd.
Being caution-free other than the stage means we're getting over with this race pretty quick, but it's still getting later and later in the day. I wonder if the track is going to start changing condition and they're going to have to start running different lines as we get closer to lap 115.
Donahue runs a bit of a different line through 1 and 2. He goes up the racetrack even more than before. Actually starts to pull away from Downey, so maybe he found something there. Downey now runs upside, trying something different. So just like you said, Landon, all these drivers trying different lines here. 82 laps complete. Starting to get into the late portions of this race. I can see every corner exit from Downey. He kind of gets a little bit tight and loses a lot of time, so he's going to have to try to work around that. Battle for the lead not going away just yet. Donahue with the lead. How about this battle back here? There's Cole Wilson at the racetrack. He's got Wilkin to his inside, going to get to his door side by side down the back straightaway. As they head through 3 and 4. And on to the front stretch once again. Side by side for this 5th spot. Final spot in the top 5. Wilkin has it on the outside. He'll clear him. Now Brian Ray's going to try to put pressure all over the rear bumper of Cole Wilson. He goes down to the inside. Ooh, they make contact! Up the racetrack, everyone saves it. So good save. There's Williams. He's grabbed that 3rd spot. But he's now pretty far behind from these 2 leaders. Gerald Downey not going away, though. He's trying to get to the rear bumper right in Donahue. So 30 laps remain, here in Iowa. Laps really clicking off pretty quickly. As, once again, we mentioned before, only one caution flag, and that is the stage break. It's an incident-free so far tonight. But it hasn't been the lack of entertainment. There's been a ton of great racing all night long, and we got a battle for the lead coming at 29 to go. Downey used the bottom lane there. Gains a little bit of time on corner entry, but it looks like the 81 of Donahue is going to start to pull away. Aiden Donahue still keeping that lead basically the same from Gerald Downey.
I believe these two leading cars not really battling each other too bad, just kind of staying in a single file line is what's keeping them from not having that third place car involved in a battle up front too.
Yeah, so once they start getting to very late portions of this race, you're definitely going to see a whole lot of battling, just like the end of that stage. So Donahue wants to try to pull away from Downey, but Downey does not want Donahue to pull away, because that could be race over and chance for the win over if Donahue pulls away too much and there's not another caution flag. So under another long green flag run here, will we have another yellow flag? That's to be seen. Things can change in just a second here. And a caution could change everything. See, once again, maybe these top two kind of just trying to save tires. I mean, you got what, like 27, 26 laps to go here?
Something around there is what we've got left, and from what I've seen racing, when they're battling each other, trying to get side by side, it tends to slow them down, so them staying in this line is what's helping them keep a gap between the rest of this field. It is 1.5 seconds back to fourth place, about a second back to third, so I'd say it's working out for them.
Yeah, I can see Andrew Williams there in the third position. Another EPR car having a great run. Got his teammate just ahead of him. 24 laps to go here in Iowa. Taking a look through the field, you got Matthew White running in P4 right now. Your pole sitter, Trenton Wilkin, has now gained a position inside the top 5. Cole Wilson falls down to 6. Now got Brian Reyes all over his rear bumper. Unfortunate enough for Carlos Ortiz, he's a lap down, being scored now. These two have gotten into each other before. Let's see how this goes down here, side by side. I would say these two probably want a caution flag, but they definitely don't want to be the caution flag.
Lindsay goes down to pit road. Wonder if we're going to start seeing some green flag stops, or if there might be an issue with that 99 car.
So Payson Lindsay, another full-time driver, has hit pit road to go service his race car there. So, yeah, once again, not sure what's going on with that race car. He's on pit road, kind of running slow, though. I just looked for a second. Downey now kind of losing a bit of time here. He's got 4.5 tenths behind Donahue now. Can Aiden Donahue go back-to-back here? What an impressive feat that would be. I mean, somehow the Aidens have, in like the Cup Series and Xfinity Series, the Aidens have won all non-plate races, including the Clash. Aiden Walker in the Cup Series and Aiden Donahue here in the Xfinity Series. So it's been a pretty crazy season so far with that. And now Donahue looking to go back-to-back.
Payson Lindsay now off pit road. I believe this is going to mark the start of some possible green flag pit stops. Don't know if anyone else is going to join them. So far, Lindsay and Ortiz are the only two to have done a green flag stop this entire race.
So we're looking at maybe like a, I don't know, maybe Cole Wilson put some fresh tires on that race car, Trenton Wilkin. I don't think you're going to see your leaders coming out of pit road. Probably not going to try to take that risk. It's only 19 laps to go, especially Aiden Donahue. Downey now a half second behind. And the win is starting to slip away from the hands of Downey. He was having such a great run. He's still having a great run, P2, but was leading a lot of laps before. 18 to go.
Oh, the 21 slides through 1 and 2. He saves it. He keeps it down on the apron.
There's Brian
Nearly
Reyes.
went around there.
Yeah, so Brian, oh, we got cars in the wall, nearly ahead of him, Cole Clausen. Yeah, everyone is sliding around here. A caution could be just around the corner. Trenton Wilkins slaps the wall. The lead is really extending out for Aiden Donahue at 0.8 of a second. But the thing he does not want to see is the caution flag. That would change everything here. So Payson Lindsay, the only car on this run to pit. Ortiz pitted on the first run. Only one caution flag once again so far. All race long through the about 100 laps complete so far. And yeah, Downey really losing a lot of time to Donahue. Aiden Donahue with a 1.1 second lead and gaining even more. It seems to be, as the run goes on, Aiden Donahue's car gets really, really good. And Downey just cannot find an answer. 15 laps to go here in Iowa. Donahue looking to go back-to-back here to start off this season. What a feat that would be. We've seen him done in the Cup Series a couple of times with Matthew White and Aiden Walker, but that's some huge coming in to join your defending champion and your Cup Series points leader. And now Aiden Donahue looking to gain that win once again. It'll be his second career win if he can hang on. Downey can't give up yet. A caution flag could fly at any moment there, but he's got his teammate Williams 0.6 behind him and starting to gain. Oh, Downey slides through the corner. Really trying to hang on to that race car. Having a bunch of issues. But turn number 4 he goes to the front stretch with 12 laps remaining in Iowa. Battle for second starting to heat up between Downey and Williams. These drivers have kept it clean all night. I don't want to cards for Aiden Donahue, but so far they kept it clean all night long, and they've put on a great show. So just trying to look through the fields here, you see Williams running third. There is Matthew White in that fourth spot. Trenton Wilkin in the P5 now, and now gaining on Matthew White. He's had a very quiet night, but now inside the top 5. There's Cole Wilson running 6th. Had the lead earlier. There's Brian Reyes, made that great save before, now running 7th. Cole Clausen on his rear bumper for 8th. Carlos Ortiz a lap down. He's running 12th at the moment. Side by side they go. Arnold and Gisbert for that 9th position. Arnold will give that up that spot. And Gisbert will get that spot back. There's Bryce Benton running in P11. The 99 of Payson Lindsay 13th. But Aiden Donahue leading with 9 to go in Iowa. So far, after that Payson Lindsay car came down to pit road about like 15, 20 laps ago, we haven't seen any other cars come down to pit and service the race cars. So, kind of surprising. I would assume, like, I would have assumed, like, maybe some other cars 6 on back would maybe come down to pit road. I wasn't expecting the leaders to pit, but still a caution flag could fly here. 8 to go.
Guess what they're thinking is they made it one time 57 laps around with no pit stops, so they're just trying to see if they can make that work again as we kind of get later and later into the day. Temperatures changing, winds changing. All these factors are changing
Yeah, so only 7 laps to go for the Xfinity Series at Iowa. There's Williams still battling for 3rd with his teammate Downey. So for 4th, we've gotten a lead change there for 4th position. There is Trenton Wilken. He's gotten that 4th spot away from Matthew White, who's fallen back to P5. But the lead is still extending for Aiden Donahue. Looking to pick up career win number 2. And it would be 2 in a row for him. Ooh, there's Downey! Slides up the corner, nearly goes around. Hanging on to that thing. I get it. All these drivers don't want to be the caution flag. They definitely want to see them if you're not Aiden Donahue. But they don't want to be the yellow flag. Now the battle for 2nd is really heating up. Andrew Williams up the outside of Gerald Downey. Now we get to run down this back straightaway. I know Donahue wants to see that white flag as soon as possible. Here comes Williams. Side by side. Downey will pull back away on the outside. Williams sends it in. Coming to 3 to go this time by. Ooh, he slides up the racetrack trying to hang on. But they still have a hard battle for 2nd. Oh, look at Williams just slides around, so does Downey. They're both sideways. I don't know how Aiden Donahue's kept that thing straight all night long. But he has. Williams sends it in. But now he's going to lose a bunch of time there with just 2 laps remaining. Downey grabs 2nd away. Oh, look at Williams sliding off the racetrack once again. But through 3 and 4 goes Donahue. He will see the white flag this time by. Final lap is underway. What a great night in the late stages of this race for Aiden Donahue. Nearly got the stage win. Now we're going to go for back-to-back wins. He just won in Fontana 2 weeks ago. Down the back for the final time. Aiden Donahue through 3 and 4. He will pick up career win number 2. Aiden Donahue will win in Iowa. What a performance for this driver, number 81. He's going to slide around through 1 and 2. Your winner from the Iowa Speedway for the Xfinity Series. Congratulations to Aiden Donahue. He goes back-to-back in an impressive feat there. Aiden Donahue wins from Iowa. What a race he put on. So, only 1 caution flag, and we had no incidents all race long. So, very, very clean race and very great race for the Xfinity Series tonight. Very impressive show. But here comes Aiden Donahue, gonna burn that thing down. Congratulations to him. 2nd career win for the driver of the 81 car. And Chevrolet, surprisingly, now with 3 races in, is still winless. But Aiden Donahue wins Iowa. He will come down the front straightaway, do another one of those burnouts. This should give him the points lead. Congratulations, he's just going to slide across the line to Aiden Donahue, your winner from the Iowa Speedway. He will pick up his 2nd career win here in Iowa. And there is Cole Clausen going to go congratulate him. Is the 81 out of fuel? I think he is. Pretty sure the 81 is out of fuel. It's a good thing he didn't run out of fuel before. Actually, no, he's not. He just needed to push for some reason. So, Aiden Donahue picks up the race win tonight in Iowa. There they go. Going to go side by side. And still going to continue to burn that thing down. So, we'll see if we can get him on for an interview here. But he picks up career win number 2 tonight. Congratulations to Aiden Donahue. Impressive night. So, we'll see if he wants one. And that'll wrap it up. Welcome you to our quick post-race show here for the Xfinity Series in Iowa. Very, very clean race. Only one caution flag, and that was for the stage. So Aiden Donahue picks up the race win. So someone's still burning that thing down. I think it's Clausen for some reason. He came home with. We'll take a look at your official results after this. Cole Clausen, he came home with, I believe, a 7th place finish. So not bad at all for Clausen after where he was running all race long. So Aiden Donahue will take the points lead here. Both Aidens will lead the points. And yeah, getting ready for this interview. Aiden Donahue goes back-to-back wins. Gonna interview him in just a moment. So Aiden Donahue will go back-to-back here in Iowa. Picks up his 2nd career win from the Iowa Speedway in the 3rd race of the season. Holds off a bunch of other fast cars behind him. So how are we able to get that great pit stop here in the second half of this race on those long green flag runs and pick up this win here in Iowa?
I don't know. I just saved my tires and minded my own business. Everyone early was sending it in really hard and banging off of each other. I just thought if I stay alone and just kind of keep hitting my marks, I should have been fine. And sure enough, we were.
So you should have the points lead now after this. Your back-to-back wins and now 2nd in the stage tonight. So what do you think? I know it's early, but what do you think your chances are for maybe possibly even a championship run here in this season?
Man, I have no idea. It's too early for that. I just think, last week, same thing with this week, the same surface is saving tires, like my big specialty. And I think more races like this, then maybe, but I don't know how, what's it, Kansas is the last race? I'm not sure how that one's going to go, but we'll see. I'm certainly going to try.
All right, well, congratulations on your 2nd win in a row here in Iowa, and we'll see you in Atlanta.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That does it for his interview. So we'll see if anybody else wants an interview to finish it up here in the Iowa Speedway. Just a quick post-race show. Very fast-paced race. Only 50 minutes that this race took. So once again, only that one caution flag halfway through the race. So if we didn't have that halfway break, we most likely I mean, you can't really tell because it would have been a lot longer green flag run, and a lot of other stuff could have changed. But we most likely would have not have had any cautions. So yeah, we're gonna go for Logan Gisbert yet now for the interview. So Logan Gisbert come home with a P9 finish tonight in the Iowa race. So very quiet night for you guys tonight. But you come home with the top 10. So what more did you need to have a good run here, have a better run tonight, and have more speed?
A lot more short run pace. I don't know what was going on there, but I couldn't practice and got into it late, and my brake pedal is having issues on qualifying laps. So started in the back, and it's just impossible to pass here. So I was just basically in conservation mode the entire race, and I was able to pass a couple cars throughout the runs, but there at the end I was very close to P7, but 27 and the 12 were already battling, so I was close, but P9 is acceptable for me, I guess.
So you've had a pretty decent season so far, but What do you think your plan is to try to make these playoffs here?
Well, I'm not sure. It depends. I'm still new to this league. I don't really know any of the drivers, and well, some of them have pretty noticeable driving styles, but most of them, especially because this is a lower series and cup drivers come in, and I'm not really sure how to race these guys yet. But I think as the season goes on, as I run more races, I'm gonna start to know the guys more and know how to race better in this series.
All right, well, we'll see you in Iowa. I mean, in Atlanta after your ninth place finish tonight, and we'll see you then.
All right, thanks.
So that does for him. Final interview most likely is Cole Clausen. He came home in a reserve position. Came home actually a strong 7th. So Cole Clausen with an okay run tonight actually comes home in P7, so not a bad finish at all. So how are you able to get rebound from probably being outside the top 10 to get a top 10 here tonight?
Well, I was trying to save my tires for most of the time because I kind of knew it was going to go green for a while. So that was kind of my goal all throughout the race. Thankfully, at the end, I was able to gain a position. I kind of blocked Logan there, so I apologize to Logan. But yeah, I was glad I was able to get another position, P7 after that. But yeah, thank you to Team Chevy Motor Club for letting me to film for this race.
So you're one of our drivers, one of our Cup drivers from tonight. So we see you in the Cup race tomorrow in Iowa. So what do you think your chances are to try to grab a win tomorrow night, which would be your first career win?
Well, I'm gonna try my best. I feel like this race wasn't much practice because Xfinity and Cup cars are very different. But I'm gonna try my best tomorrow.
All right, well, good luck in tomorrow's race.
Thank you.
So that does it for our interviews tonight. Just gonna make sure that's gonna be it. And we'll wrap it up after that. So once again, a
And
very
this race was pretty calm compared to some of our other ones. We've had a bunch of cautions and races go on for about double the amount of time as this one. So to have this one done in 50 minutes, I think this is one of our quickest races we've had in maybe the whole season, past 2 seasons, I guess.
Yeah, so very fast-paced race. So got Brian Ray's now here for an interview. So Brian Ray's come on with a P6 finish tonight. So not bad at all. We saw you running inside the top 5 earlier. So what more did you need to get around some of these other drivers and try to take home a win tonight?
I just needed to get past Cole Wilson. Oof, he was a hard pass to make. I couldn't get past him, and then one time I tried to get him past him, I got wrecked. So it was just rough out there. We definitely had pace to be inside the top 5, but we'll take a P6 after all that. I got no practice whatsoever, so can't be mad.
So you enter this race, I think, second in the points, just behind Aiden Donahue, who will extend his points lead after today's win. So what do you think your plan is for the rest of the season to try to make these playoffs?
Gonna need a win, or hopefully just stay near the top of the points. Hopefully we don't get more people who win. So just gonna try and get more points or win.
All right, we'll see you in Atlanta.
Thank you.
So that, I think, just about does it for us. So thank you, Lander, for joining me in the booth tonight. And yeah, it was definitely a very
No
fun
problem.
race to call.
Thanks for having me here. Hope to be here maybe for tomorrow's race, and might see if I can come back for some of the Friday night races, just depending on what tracks we're at and what cars.
All right, so yeah, once again, that race is coming up tomorrow night at 8 p.m. time, same time as this one, in just about 22 and a half hours time. We'll be on track for the Cup cars tomorrow night. So that'll do it tonight in Iowa. Hope you guys have enjoyed. So yeah, just making sure there's no any final interviews. So I'll actually take a look through your results real quick. I'll just end this off here. So I can't really, I don't know why I can't pull them up right now. But once again, Aiden Downey can take him a race win. Gerald Downey comes home in P2. Andrew Williams, a great solid third place finish for him. So ETR finishes second and third. So close to another win here. Trenton Wilkin comes home fourth with a great rebound there. He was really quiet all day long, and he comes home with a solid fourth place finish. Your pole sitter Matthew White comes home with the top 5. We'll see him in the Cup race tomorrow night. You got Brian Reyes comes home P6. A pretty decent finish for him. He entered this race second in the points. Bryce Benton was behind him. So was Sean Rowe and Landon Johnson. They all didn't have good runs or either missed this race. So he should, I think, hang on to that second place in the points. Cole Clausen, reserve driver, comes home P7. Cole Wilson comes out P8. Logan Gisbert comes home P9. Ryan Arnold rounds out your top 10. Bryce Benton finishes 11th. Carlos Ortiz finishes 12th. And Payson Lindsay finishes 13th. Brandon Redford will DNF and finish in that 14th position. So that'll just about do it here in the Iowa Speedway. We'll see you tomorrow night in under 24 hours for the Cup race. So that will do it tonight in Iowa. So hope you guys have enjoyed. Very fun race. Very fast-paced race, to be honest. Only 50 minutes long for the actual race part. So very fast-paced race, but definitely a whole lot of fun racing. And we hope you guys have all enjoyed tonight. Make sure to come back tomorrow night for the Cup Series. That's the main event. 175 laps, I think, for the Cup cars tomorrow night. So 50 more laps than this Xfinity race in Iowa. So, yeah. Extended race from this. And we'll see how that goes. Can it be another caution, really kind of caution-free race besides that stage caution like it was tonight? Or it has kind of been for most of the Xfinity Series season. I think the most caution we've had in Xfinity so far this year is 4 or something. Or it'll be kind of like the last 2 Cup races where there's over 10 yellow flags, which is kind of insane. But yeah, that'll do it tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series in Iowa.